Miami Dolphins get the victory. I have some deeper dive notes, and it's a flippin' Saturday and not even a Monday. What are you going to do about it? What is up, Finn fans? It is Saturday, and I'm doing a deeper dive because the Miami Dolphins played on flippin' Friday. World's upside down. I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on? I sure as hell don't. But I do have to shout out today's sponsor before we jump into all that stuff, and that is BetUS. Go check them out. Fantastic betting site. They have a Black Friday promo going on. Instead of the 125% that you get up until the 27th, it is 150% signing bonus. Click on the link in the description below. But without further ado, let's listen to BetUS.
This Black Friday weekend at BetUS, for a limited time only, get a 150% sign-up bonus. Do not miss out on this crazy offer. The clock is ticking. The industry's biggest ever sign-up bonus. Join now, only at BetUS.com.
Thank you so much, BetUS, for sponsoring this video. Again, fantastic site. Forbes talks about them. Sports Center talks about them. A lot of these different, Sports Illustrated talks about them. A lot of these different places talking about them. Super reliable, 24-hour payout. Quick. Go check them out. Click the link in the description below. And get 150% matched up to $100. Go check them out. So we're going to talk about this now. The Dolphins, there was only the Dolphins and Jets. There was like, what, half the league? Not even. There's 3 games. That's 6. 8 teams have played so far. So I'm going to give you some statistics. But the ranking on these statistics aren't going to be 100% because, 8 teams played. You got another however many more teams have to play. So a lot of this is going to move, but it's just giving you an idea where we're at after yesterday's game and all that stuff. And then we are going to look at, my brain is not working. We're going to look at playoff percentage, we're going to look at the record, and then we're going to look at who we should be rooting against on Sunday. So I got a lot for you. So let's start with this. Tua Tagovailoa with 3,177 yards. That is second in the NFL when it comes to passing yards. But again, a lot more people have to play. 69.8 completion percentage. That is third best in the NFL. 22 touchdowns. That is tied for second best in the NFL. 10 interceptions. That is tied for third most in the NFL. It is the only part of his game right now that is driving me bananas. I'm going to break down the film maybe Sunday. You get a film breakdown and then you can watch the rest of the game. You could decide. But it is just driving me nuts that he's throwing these interceptions, and they are so easily fixed. He's got to get it together. 103.7 completion passer rating is fifth. It was higher, but again, he keeps throwing interceptions, so it's going to keep bringing his passer rating down. 22-9. That is the record when Tua Tagovailoa is the starter for the Miami Dolphins over the past 31 games. That is the third best behind Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. First quarterback not named Dan Marino to hit 3,000 passing yards in the first 11 games for the Miami Dolphins. Also, real quick, his passer rating for yesterday's game was not great. It was a 77.5. But that Jets defense is something different. Patrick Mahomes had a 63.6. Jalen Hurts a 59.5. Justin Herbert a 65.4. And Josh Allen, that is, a 62.7. Not saying, hey, whatever, but that's a good defense. Raheem Mostert, 785 rushing yards. That is second behind CMC, but he has 13 rushing touchdowns, which is number one. We have Tyreek Hill with 1,324 receiving yards. That is number one in the NFL. And 10 touchdowns. That is number one in the NFL. And our boy Jalen Waddle has 691 receiving yards. That is 19th in the NFL. Why am I bringing that up? Because he is still on pace to break 1,000 receiving yards. He will have had 1,000 receiving yards for his first, 3 years in the NFL? Craziness. Keep doing your thing. The offensive line. Tua was sacked twice yesterday. Twice. And at one point, the only starting offensive lineman that was out there was Connor Williams. Teron Armstead went out. Keon Smith came in. Then you had Lester Cotton, Connor Williams, Liam Eichenberg, and then Austin Jackson got ejected. At one point, we had just the starting center, and he was sacked twice. Craziness. Absolutely craziness. Let's flip it to the defense. Bradley Chubb, four forced fumbles. Jeez. Tied for second best in the NFL. 6 sacks, tied for 12th in the NFL. Jalen Phillips. Fortunately, he's hurt towards his Achilles. They said, I'm recording this Friday night, and they were like, oh, we're going to talk to Mike McDaniel tomorrow over Skype and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. We all saw it. He tore his Achilles. His calf shot up his leg. He tore his Achilles. That man had 6.5 sacks, which was tied for 11th in the NFL. He was on pace to have about 11 to 12 sacks this season. I'm so upset about that. Christian Wilkins has 6.5 sacks, though. So the both of them are tied for 11th when it comes to sacks. Javon Holland, 3 forced fumbles. See, I could say 3 forced fumbles better. It's the 4 that messes me up. Tied for third best. And, well, of course, we saw the pick 6, the failed Mary. Beautiful. Allowed less than 110 rushing yards in 10 consecutive games. After that Chargers game, this Dolphin defense started to really shut down and really work on it. Held opponents under 300 total yards 4 straight games. Wait a second. How many teams have we faced? And are they good or are they bad? Because the last 2 games, and then so the Patriots held them under 300 yards. The Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champions, held them under 300 yards. And then the Raiders, and then the Jets. Jets is nothing to crown your hat on. Neither is the Raiders. Neither is the Patriots. It's just the Chiefs I wanted to talk about. But those are some really great things there. Now, little team statistics, and then we're going to get into the other fun stuff I got planned for you guys. The start of the season. The over-under for the Miami Dolphins was 9.5 wins. We are currently sitting at 8 wins. Keep it up, Miami. So we are going to look at what the playoff looks like if the season ended right now and the rest of the teams did not play. Because who cares about those teams? Just take it in. Take it in. Number 1 right now. The Ravens still play on Sunday. They play the Chargers, and they'll beat them. But right now, just sit back. Sit back and enjoy it. We're number 1, baby. Chiefs still have to play as well, but sit back and just enjoy it. Number 1 seed. This is nice. Well, you can get it, Miami. You just got to take care of business. But again, the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm going to get more into this, they play the Chargers, and then they're on a bye. So again, until we play them playing head-to-head, we have a better conference record, and that's why we have that. And then, of course, the Chiefs play this weekend. Who do they play? Let me look up who the Chiefs play while I keep talking to you guys. But they have the tiebreaker because, unfortunately, they beat us because our offense just didn't want to play the first half. And then, of course, the second half, we're like, hey, we're going to play football now. Is that all right? And everyone in the world was like, nope. They play the Raiders. They're going to beat the crap out of the Raiders. So, essentially, what's going to happen is the Ravens are probably going to go back to number 1. Until the net following week, and then, again, all situations happen. But you see the Miami Dolphins are the number 1 seed right now, but again, take this with a grain of salt, because a lot of the teams have yet to play, so this is going to switch around. But the other thing I want to talk about before we start talking about the games coming up and who we should root for and everything, the playoff percentage. Now, this is the New York Times 2023 NFL playoff picture. Each team's path to the postseason. Look at the Miami Dolphins. They have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. They have a 95% chance of winning the division. Please, for the love of God, Miami, don't mess it up. Look at that. To get a first round bye, which essentially means to get the first seed, 29%. Right behind the Chiefs at 36%. And that's only because we lost to them. To get to the Super Bowl, 16%. That's the best in the AFC. So for some reason, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just enjoying it while it lasts, the New York Times playoff percentage thingamabobber thinks that the Dolphins have the best chance to get to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. But again, the teams haven't played yet, like the Jaguars, the Ravens, the Chiefs have not played yet, so that will move. This is as of right now. And let's look at the NFC real quick. 20%, 70%. So they're essentially thinking it's a Dolphins-Eagles Super Bowl matchup. Craziness. But real quick, we're going to look at the schedule for the upcoming games. So with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's like either or. It doesn't really matter because I see both of these teams kind of being wild card teams if they make that. So for me, it's probably you want to see, but both of them are dealing with massive injuries at the quarterback injuries with Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh doesn't have a good quarterback. I'm not too worried about these guys, so whatever you think in the comment section, I will listen. The next one that's interesting is Houston and Jacksonville. This is interesting. I kind of want Houston to win the division just because it'd be fun, but again, this is another one where it's like, I'd like to see Denver beat Cleveland. That would also help the Dolphins' position. But again, the one that we're looking for and the one that matters is these three right here. We want the Raiders to beat the Chiefs. We want Philly to beat Buffalo. And we want the Chargers to beat Baltimore. Is that going to happen? No. I do not see the Vegas Raiders beating the Chiefs. And I do not see the Chargers beating Baltimore. I do not see that happening at all. If it does, backflip will ensue. But I do see the Eagles beating the Bills, which will give us more of a distance at that number at the AFC East title. And also, I think they have a bye next week, Buffalo. So we just got to keep winning. That's all it comes down to. Keep winning. And all of these games are 4 o'clock and the night game. So again, if you're like, hey, who do I root for, Doug? The Bengals, Pittsburgh, and the Cleveland and the Houston Jacksonville game that doesn't really pertain to us. It's those three. We want Vegas. We want all the home teams to win. Will they? Probably not. But hey, never say never. But that's what I got for you guys. I know that I have a package, maybe 2, waiting for me in the P.O. box. So I think Derek sent me one and somebody else sent me one. So to the people who sent me something, and I know it's been a hot minute, I haven't checked the P.O. box. I know the packages are there. I'm going to open them, I think, in the next video or so. So I just want to let you know, I do know that the packages are there. Film breakdown. It takes a day for the film to be available to me. So I'm thinking Sunday. Unless you want me to wait till Monday. Comment below. I read your comments. Comment below. Be like, hey, Doug, do the film breakdown on Monday because Sunday I just really want to watch the rest of the football games, and then I'll watch your film breakdown. Or say, Doug, release it whenever you want, and I'll just catch it when I can. That's fine. Comment below. Let me know that. But other than that, I will see you guys either tomorrow or Monday, and then I'm going to take a break because this week, I was just busting my hump for you guys, and I love it. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.